All right, hi. I'm going to show you how to make a homemade sandbag with a bed sheet, some sand or dirt, a little bit of tape, some scissors and a couple garbage bags, maybe an old rag or an old jumper or something. So what we're going to do is we're going to make something that looks like this, what I prepared earlier with the pink flamingo edition. All right, if you've got it, all right, don't steal your kids' sheets, use something old, all right, or don't cut up your wife or your partner's old bed sheets. All right, make sure they're good to go. This one we're going to use today, and this one here, they're cheapies from Kmart. They're only about $6 or $7 a sheet, so you can still get down there and get one. If not, just find an old one. Other stuff will suffice, but we'll make do. So this is essentially what we're going to do. We're going to make a ball with all our main weight is in it, and then we're going to craft a little handle out of it, okay? All right, and so we can pretty much do most major sandbag kind of movement. So what we're going to start with is we're just going to get a normal shopping bag, one of those thick ones that you buy from Woolies or Coles, the ones that cost you a good couple of cents. And I filled this one with just some wet sand, okay? Anything will do. You could use some crushed rock, you could use dirt, preferably dry, or sand. It doesn't really matter what you choose, all right? But as long as you don't overload the bag too much. This one's going to weigh about 15 kilos, right? Whereas the one I made before, it's about 18. It's probably about the limit. I wouldn't put much more than 20. So if you've got a set of scales, set some scales up and measure it. So if you get a little bit carried away, you can take a little bit out, all right? It's always better to go a little bit under. So once we've got the sand or the dirt or whatever we're going to use, all right, and we've got it in the bag, we're just going to tighten it up, all right, twist it around at the top. All right, and then we're going to get some tape. We're going to get some tape and we're going to tape the bag up. So we're going to try and make a ball with it, okay? You can shape the bag as much as you want once you've really got it taped together, but it doesn't have to be a fancy tape job. It's just enough just to hold it in place until we double bag it, okay? So we've just put one row of tape on it to start with. All right, now I'm going to get my second bag because we want to double bag this, okay? So this is just a normal conventional kitchen garbage bag that you would use. All right, it's once again not very fancy. So pick it up, be gentle with it because the bag's still kind of delicate, all right, until we get to its final form. All right, now I've got it in this bag. I can try and get the air out of it. We don't want too much air in it. All right, and give it a good little twist at the top because you don't want it popping. All right, and now this is where I'm going to do most of my taping now. Now, if you don't have tape, you could use any form of cordage or string or something. It doesn't really matter, and once again, you don't have to go too crazy with it. You don't need a great deal of it because in its final shape, it's all going to be held together. No problemo. So I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times so it's nice and firm like a little sandy brick of awesomeness. All right, it almost looks like a bag that the border force would be looking for at the moment. Looks a bit dodgy. Don't walk around the parks with it, probably exposed like this. You might get a couple questions asked to you. So we've now got our dodgy little baggie, all right, and then from here, we're gonna add one more layer. Now, you could use the matching pillowcase if you want. It's not very thick, all right? I'm choosing to use an old jumper that I'm sacrificing to the greater good, where I'm going to now just add a little bit of cushion, all right, to it. So I'm just gonna put the bag now in the jumper, and you can wrap it up however you want, really. You can just drag the arms over on itself like this, fold it, essentially just going to add a little bit of cushion to it. And so right now, I'm pretty happy at the moment that's cushioned up pretty well. So we'll just push that out of the way. All right, for now. Now we're going to cut our sheet. Now this is just a single sheet, like a child's bed. So, you know, you can use any size sheet. You could use a double or a queen or a king or whatever, but the size that you use is completely and utterly on you, and you'll work it out. So this is just a little single, so it's about 1.5 by about 2.5. So I'm just going to get this distance here, all right, the distance is on this single, and I'm just going to cut a nice square meter on it. So once again, it doesn't have to be exact. All I've done is just fold it over and make a triangle for now. So I've got a nice little line to work on, and now I'm just going to cut the remainder off. And what you don't use, you could make another bag out of it, no problem. You could make a smaller one with the material you got left over, but we're just for the sake of today, we're going to use this one. Now obviously this is going to be double the thickness because it's a doona cover. It's a doona cover. If you just did a normal bottom sheet, it's only going to be single. So choice is yours if you want to go single ply or double it up. It's completely and utterly in your court. So what we're going to do, we're just going to lay it out like this. Now all we're going to do with this bag, it's just 2 knots. It's 2 basic knots, like tying your shoelaces. So we're going to get this, we're going to get our weight now. I'm going to put it roughly in the middle, about in the middle, and that's where it can stay. Now we're going to get our 2 ends that we've just cut, our 2 corners like we're making the bed. All right, and we're going to do a really tight little knot. So we're going to see there's a little loop here at the front. We want to keep that loop, but we don't want it too big. We don't want it too big. So maybe about the size of a large orange, not too big, all right? And then we're just going to do a really, really cheap, dodgy knot. Doesn't have to be fancy. The motto is if you can't tie knots, tie lots, okay? So a knot about that big, not that big, all right? The second knot we're going to do on the outside. Now this is going to be our main handle. This is going to be our main handle. So let's not do a really tight knot just yet. So we'll just do a little loose one to start, like so we can untie it once we pull it back through the bag. Now I'm just going to get this knot. I'm going to get that old hole, that hole that we made before. I'm going to feed that through it. Okay, I'm going to feed that through that hole. All right, and then we're just going to pull it tight. All right, pull it tight. Now from here, I want to make this original hole, all right, that one that we did first, the size of the orange. I want to make it a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit tighter. So I'm just going to untie it. I should have done that before, but it doesn't matter. Simple fix. There you go. I've just tightened it up. All right, so now that hole's quite tight, okay? All right, and now we've got our handle. Our handle is that last one we did. Now, you could have a long handle. If you look at the one that I've done before, I've got a reasonably small handle. All right, I would probably prefer to have a smaller handle, okay? Choice is yours. If you don't like it, just adjust it. Now, if you really wanted to get fancy and you had some pipe or something at home, you could actually fasten an actual proper handle out of it and get some pipe and you could feed it down here, all right? And then you could pull it over so you've almost got like a proper kettlebell handle on it at the end. So from here now, I'm just going to tie a knot. All right, this is going to be my final knot. Now, I'm actually just going to loop it through twice, all right, to fasten my own kind of little handle on it, all right? And once again, it doesn't matter if you don't do this. It doesn't matter at all because the functionality of this bag is that ultimately we want a sandbag that we can throw up and throw it around like a bit of weight, all right, so we can do some exercise, all right, and making it look pretty is kind of not really in the whole purpose of it, all right? So we're not here for aesthetics. We're not going to win competitions on world's greatest design right now. All right, this is literally just a piece of kit to get the job done. All right, and then already, I'll just throw another little knot in there. Once again, can't tie knots, tie lots. There you go. And now I've got a nice big knotty handle so I can always find it. Now, if you wanted to take it up a little bit more, you could get some tape or you could get some zip ties or something and just try and neaten that handle up a little bit. All right, but I'm just going to get a little bit of duct tape because I want to be able to see the handle when I'm training so I can find it. All right, no problemo. So I'm just going to rip off a little bit. And this is just normal cloth tape that you can buy from Bunnings. You could probably even buy it from Coles and Woolies and stuff at the moment. All right, everyone's gone a little bit crazy with prepping and stuff like that. So your greatest prepping store is probably Woolies or Coles. And This is, once again, this is just an extra add-on that you don't have to do. This is just so I can see the top where my actual handle is. And then that's it. That's it. And once again, as I said, it doesn't look pretty. It doesn't look pretty, but I can pretty much do all my movements that I need to do with it. No problem. Have fun.